So let's talk about the difference between distance and displacement. So distance is going to refer to like the total length that an object travels. So the total length, we add up the path that it takes to get our total distance. For displacement, it's going to be a little bit different because it refers to the total length, or I guess we should say like length of distance from the initial, so x initial to x final. So displacement just cares about that little bit of length from our initial position to where we end up, whereas distance will add up the total length. So in this case, for distance, the path that an object takes would matter, whereas for displacement, it wouldn't matter because we just care where we start and where we end up. And so let's look at an example of this. Say we have a ball here that's going, it's going to roll over here 10 meters. So this is our start mark. Let's say this is our field. So it's going to roll over 10 meters. And then once again, it's going to roll over another 10 meters. And let's say it then rolls back 5 meters. What would be our total displacement here? So total displacement, remember, is change in x is equal to x final minus x initial. So what's our final position? Well, we ended up right here. This would be 5 meters. So we add up our 10 meters that we went this way, and we went 10 meters this way and 5 meters back. So right here, if we add up the total displacement, it would be 15 meters. And we get that because we have our x final position right here, which would be 15 after, you see, we went over here 10 meters and then 10 meters and then 5 meters back. So x final 15 meters minus 0 where we started, our initial position. So our change in x or displacement is going to be equal to 15 meters in this case. But let's take a look at the total distance traveled, right? So distance takes into account the path that it took. So we went over here 10 meters, so total distance, we add up all the individual lengths that an object takes. So total distance is going to be that initial 10 meter move plus another 10 meter move plus we went 5 meters back this way. So our total distance is going to be equal to 25 meters. And you see how this is different from displacement, where it was only 15 meters, right? Where it started, where it ended up, 15 meters to the right. Whereas the total distance that the object traveled is actually 25 meters. And so let's look at if we have an example of, say, a running track here. And we start right here. So let's say this whole running track is 100 meters. Right, so let's say we do one lap all the way around the running track and we start back here. So what would our displacement be? Well, because we started off in the same place that we ended, x final minus x initial, it's just going to be 0 because we started at the same place. We weren't displaced at all from that initial position. But our total distance, so our total distance that we traveled is going to be 100 meters, right? Because we did that lap around and we traveled in total, a total distance of 100 meters, even though we weren't displaced because we ended up in the same place. And so that's the main difference between distance and displacement.